Yo, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and what have you. Welcome to Cheap Beer Reviews. We're not cheap today. We got a NeIPA, NeIPA, NeIPA. It's like a new twist in the IPAs, and this one is the Notorious. I haven't tried this one before, but I found it on sale for £2. It says, the north of England invites you to have a taste of New England. So New England, America, and the north of England. Oh, fair enough. This NeIPA takes you on a hoppy journey through meadows of clementine, lime, and peach, while keeping bitterness barricaded away by huge hop vines and welcoming in only sweet wipes. I've already got mixed feeling, but let's see. Light and hazy, like a New Hampshire morning, and cold and crisp like a Manchester night. Two continents collide notoriously. Hops, Simcoe, Mosaic, and Citra. Keep cold, drink fresh. It's 5.5%. I'm well happy with that. Brewed and canned at Donkeystone Brewery, and they are at Oldham in Lancashire. Postcode is Oscar Lima 3, 7 Alpha Quebec. They even got a phone number on here. Facebook, the birdie thing, Twitter, Instafame, and their homepage. But that's just, it is kind of cool because you got this 80s porn star looking painter guy on the outside. Let's have a go. Smells, well, does smell hoppy. Let's see if we can pour it. We can. We can't. Can we? We're doing okay here. So yeah, I've basically been working all the way over Christmas. Had a few days off. Had another Christmas with my little man. It's cool as well. I have also implemented something that, if anybody watching this are gamers, I've implemented the aggressive way you will play Cyberpunk 2077. I have implemented that into Fallout 4, and it's actually making the game somewhat very, very more fun, because you're just absolute hooliganing, running around firing bullets from weird weapons at whatever moves, and it works. You just get smashed up quite a bit. See, as I do this, I now know I should just shut up. Just shut the fuck up and pour your beer, mate. Yeah, this is not ideal. You actually got more head on it than you got beer. Come on girl. No, I'm gonna leave that one for a little bit, and then that's basically being standard now and doing the heathen thing. Just straight out C10. Just one of them tactical ones as well, that's like textured, because things need to be tactical nowadays. As we know, tactical is important. 440 milliliters, so a medium size can. I get a lot of things. I get the IPA, get the hoppiness. I get some normal pills as well. I must say the whole, it's a little bit of a sweet coming up now. That's probably the peach. The lime luckily didn't kick in, and the peach is very mellow, very, very flat. So that is good. This poor thing, by the way, is not so good. So yeah, I have my occasional day off. I was the Good Samaritan at work and took one of my colleagues over Christmas shift, so that was 2 days on top of my 5 days. So I was basically sat at work from the 25th to the 31st. Went to bed before the fireworks on New Year's Eve, because why not? And the other days I've been off, I've basically just been poodling around on the bikes. One of them done a lot of service on it, not a lot of service, gotten things done on it. So she is sharp now. Went to start her up and had forgotten to charge the battery, so I just had a tick, 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 and then nothing. So anyway, let's try the foam first. As foam should be. It's or as it should be. This foam is a little bit thick, as you can see. It really catches on, doesn't go into liquid that easy. But yeah, let's have a dive in on the accelerated taste thingy from a glass. That is good. I really can't see what that whole new thing I've interneted it. I Googleized the NeIPA thing, NeIPA, and apparently it's like a new revolutionary way of making IPAs, and it's like the new thing, and it's an IPA with a little bit less IPA hoppy taste and a little bit more fruitiness to it, but it's not really. I don't feel that this is like a new kind of beer. Like, let's say you've been drinking pills all your life and somebody smashes you down with a light ale and bitter, and it's like, oh, try this, and that's a weird new experience. But this is just a little bit milder tasting IPA. Good though, good. That's weird. Has a little bit. I don't know what that is, but has a little bit of a farty taste, smell to it. You know, like the lingering fart in the car in the winter, where you got your windows closed and your heater on, and you fart, and then you get like a whiff of it maybe 10-15 minutes later down the motorway. It's not a strong fart, but it's just like a whiff of an eggy fart. More meaty fart. But I'm not here really to talk about farts. I'm here to talk about the beer. The head's going down. That's good. That is actually it's a good light beer. I could see myself having a few of them in the fridge, in the workshop, just to sit there and have 2 or 3 of them while you admire your work or whatever you've done to the bike, or you're sat there depressed because the damn thing won't start, as they sometimes don't want to, when you don't know why, and you keep on changing things, and then all of a sudden it starts and you've never gotten any closer to figuring out what the hell was wrong with it. But yeah, it's nice. But yeah, as I said, I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and a good New Year. I've been out once since I started back work. I went up to that local microbrewery where I am going to start bringing down their beers and test them. And I had 2 or 3, and they were actually fine. And I was happy with that, and I walked home. And yeah, that's about what. I haven't really been out much. Probably should get out more, but we can't soon again get out anymore because the COVID monster is there again. So for once, it's not, when you hear the knocking, it's not rut number 3 coming out of the cylinder block. It's just you not allowed to open the door, or it could be the COVID police coming, telling you you've done something wrong, or I don't know, breathing too heavily through your mask. I looked into the rules, and that I hate them. I've only had the cheap masks. I hated them. So you you basically, if you look at the rules, it's just a face covering. Everybody knows that. I just didn't because I didn't look into it. I wear a mask not because I want to have to wear a mask because it's less aggro, but I have. You can now wear one of these. You probably good all the time, and that's cool because you look a little bit like an outlaw and stuff, like gunslinger with a good old smoke whacking and stuff. But you're not. They're horrible to drink beer through, though. You can't do that, so I will remove it again. But yeah, this is nice. Oh, and it's gone. You should definitely buy this one if you see it. I have, though, over Christmas, sitting at work doing work stuff, adult stuff, had my earphones in and listening to music. Started, gosh, there's some Motorhead in between there, but had a full day of all the acoustic stuff that Korn and Manson has made, Marilyn Manson, and that was brilliant. Had a little bit of Clutch, went through some Clutch, and then I stumbled upon good old Danish metal band Konkra, which is just from a time well forgotten that you need to remember. It's the time of the death metal and the black metal, and it's put it that way, a little bit of Dire Side came in, some Cannibal Corpse, some Mayhem even. I can't even remember what else it was. It was just an awesome playlist I found. And that stuff, you remember it as being the heaviest music you've ever heard, the most hardcore stuff that you'd ever experienced. It was fucking satanic death metal, or Satan screaming at you through dark metal from the dark forest of Norway. And now it's just good. It's really actually not, listening back to it today, it's really actually not that hard metal. But I guess you got all the genres now that's like, that's hardcore and stuff. But yeah, it was actually, I really enjoyed that, listening to that. But we because the royal I've started the whole Lemmy scale thing on the beers, so that is what we're going to judge this one on as well. That is good. It's very, as I said, very light IPA. And I'll say, because it's 5.5%, but it's also 4.4, only 4.40 milliliters, which will put it down. It is 2.4 units in the UK, and no, I didn't see it. It's very small, but the whole fat and pregnant thing still applies for that. And the can is recyclable. Recyclable? You can recycle the can. Not like in most European countries where you can put your can into a little machine and you'll get money back for it. That's not done here in the UK. But yeah, it is 5.5 alcohol percent volume units and 44 milliliters. If you combine them two in the correct order, which is it's a very, very complicated mathematical equation that I'm not going to bore you with now, but I did it earlier. It took me 3 hours and I got 6 handwritten pages just to get to the result. The total on the Lemmy scale for this one, from 0 to 12, to we actually should have a beer one day hit Lemmy, because if you have a beer hit Lemmy, that would be the best beer in the world. But yeah, as I said, spent 3 hours and all my brain power to calculate the actual Lemmy scale value for this one, and it's 9.9. This thing will come in at 9.9 at the Lemmy scale, because it's actually that good for a NeIPA, the first NeIPA I had ever, I think. I do think it's like a hipster attempt to reinvent the wheel, or don't know, drive an electrical car and play synth or something. But they gotten away with it really well. I think these I'll definitely look into the Donkeystone brewery, because if this is their entry level beer, then you will progress up to something really good the more of them you buy. But yeah, NeIPA, NeIPA, the opposite piston engine they used in trains and torpedo boats. NeIPA engine. Brilliant engine anyway. Fucking love the design of that. You should look into that if you like engines. I like engines and beer. And apparently games. And bikes, of course. But yeah, 9.9 for this bad boy. I would definitely recommend that. It's a charm. It's like a little, when you get yourself the carrot at the end of the stick after a hard day, that would be it. Maybe 4 or 5 of them on a good cozy night mixed with some others. But anyway, I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and a really good New Year. And I will continuously do more beer reviews. I'm still struggling finding the cheap beer reviews, or generally just affordable beer reviews where it's not something that's like really cheap or really expensive. Basically from the cheap to the mid expensive is I'm struggling. Anyway, if any of you guys have any suggestions for any beers I should try a review, I'm on that Instagram thing as well. And that would be, if you just go on Instagram and search my name from YouTube, Dyggi Prahl, then I should come up. At the moment it's mostly bikes and bullshit, but it could be better if it was bikes, bullshit and beers. So that would be all. 9.9 to this bad boy. Everybody have a nice one. Ta-ta!